While tradition has always taught us that interdependence is the only way to go and grow.
प्लास्टिक का उत्पादन जिस लक्ष्य से किया गया था, उस वक्त एक बड़ी मुश्किल थी कि लोग सामान कैसे रखें या उसे एक जगह से दूसरी जगह लेकर जाएं। उस सब के लिए प्लास्टिक का उत्पादन शुरू हुआ और धीरे धीरे अगर आज हम अपने जीवन में देखते हैं तो सुबह ब्रश करने से लेकर टेलीविजन जिसे हम देखते हैं, वो कंप्यूटर जिस पर हम काम करते हैं, गाड़ियाँ कारें जिनमें हम यात्रा करते हैं, दफ्तर में कितनी ही चीज़ें, हम अपना खाना जिन लंच बॉक्सेस में लेकर जाते हैं वो, या पानी जिन बोतलों में पीते हैं, ये सब प्लास्टिक से बना हुआ है। प्लास्टिक के बिना आज हम ये कल्पना करें कि प्लास्टिक हम अपने जीवन से हटा दें, शायद एकदम तो संभव नहीं होगा। उसका कोई विकल्प वैज्ञानिकों को ज़रूर ढूंढना पड़ेगा, लेकिन इस समय जो दुनिया के सामने सबसे बड़ी समस्या है वो है प्लास्टिक प्रदूषण की, और उसे ही ख़त्म करना सबसे बड़ी ज़रूरत है आज के समय की।
Absolutely, Sanjeev. As you said, we really cannot imagine a plastic-free or a polymer-free life today. But it's amazing to note that in the last 10 years, we've produced more plastic than in the whole of the last 100 years. A decade vis-a-vis a century. And there was life. So there are means, methodologies, and so many ways that not only can we go green, go clean, but it can also make us wealthier, because there is so much of wasteful expenditure. So wealthy in terms of the environment, wealthy in terms of the richness and diversity and the ingenuity we bring into our lives.
हमारे पर्यटन स्थल हों, हमारे तीर्थ स्थल हों, गांव, शहर, कहीं भी प्लास्टिक का कचरा जहां भी दिखता है, उसे देखकर सिर्फ एक ही बात लगती है, काश ये सब ना होता, काश मानव के लिए खतरा ना होता। क्योंकि प्लास्टिक के बारे में एक बात और भी समझनी बहुत ज़रूरी है कि ये आसानी से नष्ट नहीं होता। यूँ समझिए कि पहली बार जो प्लास्टिक बना वो आज भी पृथ्वी पर किसी न किसी शक्ल में मौजूद है।
The Prime Minister being briefed about a very special cooking apparatus called Agni Subok. And this is very interesting because it talks about a better preparation time, cleaner fuel, the low emission of carbon soot, and developed and designed by entrepreneurs and also young engineers. And across the pavilions, across the stores, there is so much that is available. And when governmental initiative and intervention happens, then upscaling and mass production and mass usage can happen. And that's why creativity needs to be loaded, needs to be recognized. Innovation needs to be recognized. And today this pavilion here on display in the halls adjacent to Vigyan Bhavan, as India, the host country, celebrates World Environment Day. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, going around lauding and applauding innovation, creativity and action.
अभी भी शायद बहुत लोगों को लगता होगा कि प्लास्टिक बहुत बड़ा खतरा नहीं है, लेकिन ये बिल्कुल सच्चाई से मुंह मोड़ने जैसा होगा। अपने आसपास देखिए तो आप स्वयं समझ जाएंगे कि प्लास्टिक आज कितनी बड़ी समस्या बन चुका है।
In fact, the problem of plastic has ensnared the entire world. The plastic is laid to waste even public places, such as religious shrines, railway stations, bus stands, tourist places, beaches. Years after years have passed away, but the plastic remains undecomposed. And that's why this ever-rising scale of plastic waste has turned into a terribly monstrous problem. That's why every citizen is required to contribute to this initiative. If we just take a look at our trash cans, at the end of the day, every year, we will be shocked to see the plastic that we generate. Turning a blind eye is never the solution. Raising awareness, advocacy can only go part of the way. Implementing it in small ways, some of them immeasurably small, is the only way forward.
संयुक्त राष्ट्र का ये पेविलियन, जहां प्रदर्शनी का अवलोकन कर रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री, इसमें अनूठे भारतीय तरीकों को भी दिखाया गया जो पर्यावरण संरक्षण के लिए बेहद जरूरी है। धीरे धीरे प्लास्टिक का प्रयोग कम करना होगा, हमें उसे रिसाइकिल करना होगा और ये एक विकल्प के तौर पर होगा जिससे प्लास्टिक का प्रयोग कम हो और हम प्लास्टिक प्रदूषण खत्म करने की दिशा में आगे बढ़ सकें।
This is the hall where the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is there, this pavilion.
जी गौरव, वहाँ भी ये आवास और शहरी मामले मंत्रालय का पवेलियन है।
Right.
जी।
So when we talk of environment, forest, climate change, inter alia, we have what we also know as the Indian tradition of parampara for climate-friendly, sustainable practices, covering various themes on water conservation, health, biodiversity, food, shelter, solar and wind energy, textile and clothing. And all the pavilions, in their different ways, with their different interventions, have showcased the interconnectedness of the environment, green social responsibility, the role of tradition and culture, and how do we understand our basics. And very often going back to the basics can solve so many problems, including that of pollution.
यहाँ जो पूरी प्रदर्शनी है गौरव, उसमें ख़ास तौर पर हमारी जो भारतीय परंपरा है उसको प्रदर्शित किया गया है। हम यहाँ वो झूले देख सकते हैं जो पहले उठाकर सब लोग जाया करते थे। ये परिवर्तन पिछले कोई 35-40 वर्षों में भारत में आया, जब अब लोग प्लास्टिक के बैग ही इस्तेमाल ज़्यादा करते हैं और वो झूले का, कपड़े के बने थैले का प्रयोग बहुत कम होता है। जलवायु के अनुकूल हमारी प्राचीन परंपराएं रही हैं, मान्यताएं रही हैं, जिनको यहाँ प्रदर्शनी में दिखाया गया है। अलग अलग ये पेविलियंस हैं जिनमें बारी बारी से प्रधानमंत्री वहाँ प्रदर्शित जो जानकारी है और जो चीज़ें हैं उन्हें देखते हुए, उनका अवलोकन करते हुए।
In fact, one of the core areas of focus is also water. Not only do plastics pollute water and damage marine life, water is a critical resource, and across the world, including India, we are understanding the need for water conservation.
आपका आपकी टीम के बारे में क्या कहना है?
मेरी टीम एकदम यूजलेस है।
सर मैं सीरियसली पूछ रही थी।
हाँ मैं भी सीरियस हाँ यूजलेस।
यूजलेस लोग यूजफुल हैं।
We are in front of Taj Mahal, maybe the most famous landmark on planet Earth, really the monument of love and so incredibly beautiful. And today here, the city of Agra made a very important declaration.
The most amazing part, I think, of World Environment Day and the fact that India is hosting World Environment Day with Beat Plastic Pollution, the commitment is to reduce the use of single-use plastics in this area and around it, which is fantastic. And we are going to do everything we can, Eric, to make sure this is done.
We will help, for sure.
Yes, we will.
आ रहा हूँ।
तू शर्मा जी के बेटे की तरह यूजलेस क्यों नहीं हो सकता? यूजलेस।
यूजलेस लोग यूजफुल हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री प्रदर्शनी देखने के बाद अब कुछ ही देर में विज्ञान भवन के मुख्य हॉल की तरफ आएंगे।
The use of electric vehicles is also indicative of how such vehicles can actually help decrease pollution. Prime Minister Narendra Modi now arriving at the Vigyan Bhavan Plenary Hall in a short while from now. He will enter the hall and then the celebrations will be taken forward there and he will give the global address from here.
छोटे छोटे प्रयास बड़ी पहल बन जाते हैं और भारत आज विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस की मेजबानी करता हुआ बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण अवसर पर्यावरण संरक्षण की दिशा में, जब प्लास्टिक प्रदूषण कम करने के लिए दुनिया भर से विशेषज्ञ यहां इकट्ठा हैं और दुनिया की नजरें लगी हैं कि अब आने वाले दिनों में दुनिया भर से प्लास्टिक प्रदूषण खत्म करने के लिए क्या कदम उठाए जाएंगे। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री का आगमन विज्ञान भवन के मुख्य हॉल में।
To Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. We extend a very warm welcome to you, sir. We also extend a warm welcome to Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Harshvardhan. Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Culture, Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Mahesh Sharma. Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Communications, Minister of State for Railways, Shri Manoj Sinha. And Mr. Eric Solheim, Executive Director, United Nations Environment Program. We have also on the dais Shri C.K. Mishra, Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Today, we are very pleased to have amongst us distinguished invitees who have come from all over the world. We extend a very warm welcome to you all. In India, we begin any auspicious occasion with lighting of the lamp. May I request the Honorable Prime Minister to kindly light the ceremonial lamp to begin this auspicious occasion. I request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly join the inaugural ceremony. There is an ancient prayer in the Indian culture, Asato ma sadgamaya, Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Asato ma sadgamaya, Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, which means lead me from unreal to real, from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge and wisdom. Thank you, sir. In our rich and ancient Indian tradition, there was never a conflict between man and nature, but it always advocated harmonized existence of man with nature. There has been always a deep respect and in fact worship towards various forms of nature. Children from Bal Bhavan will now present Prakriti Vandana, a recitation expressing our gratitude towards the nature. पोषण दिया है, उस प्रकृति का हम अर्चन करेंगे जिसने हमें भोजन दिया है, भोजन दिया है, भोजन दिया है। उस प्रकृति का हम प्रणाम करेंगे जिसने हमें पवन दिया है, पवन दिया है, पवन दिया है, पवन दिया है। उस प्रकृति का हम पूजन करेंगे जिसने हमें चमन दिया है, चमन दिया है, चमन दिया है। उस प्रकृति का हम अभिनंदन करेंगे जिसने हमें वन दिया है, वन दिया है, वन दिया है, वन दिया है। उस प्रकृति का हम संवर्धन करेंगे जिसने हमें संसाधन दिया है, संसाधन दिया है, संसाधन दिया है। जीवन दिया है, पोषण दिया है, भोजन दिया है, पवन दिया है, चमन दिया है, मन दिया है, संसाधन दिया है। May I now request Honorable Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Mahesh Sharma, to kindly give welcome remarks.
Good afternoon, Namaskar. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Harshvardhan ji, State Minister in charge Telecom, NMOS Railway, Shri Manoj Sinha ji, and our special guest on this occasion today, Shri Eric Solheim, the Executive Director, United Nations Environment Programme. A warm welcome to you and big thanks to UNEP for making India a pride nation to celebrate Environment Day 2018. The leaders sitting in front of me, ministers, the officials of the ministries, CEOs of the corporate sectors, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, and dear children, a warm welcome to all of you. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister of India, at this global launch of the World Environment Day 2018. Under his leadership, India has been bestowed with the honor of hosting the World Environment Day this year. विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस हमें स्वस्थ पर्यावरण का निर्माण करने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध होने के तथा अपने प्रयासों को पुनर्समर्पित करने का अवसर प्रदान करता है। आज का दिन पूरे विश्व में हर व्यक्ति के लिए इस दृष्टि से महत्वपूर्ण है कि वे अपने पर्यावरण के प्रति जिम्मेदारी लें और धरती माँ की रक्षा में सक्रिय रूप से शामिल हों। इस वर्ष प्लास्टिक प्रदूषण मिटाने को मुख्य विषय बनाया गया है। विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस एक सामयिक मंच है जहां हम इकट्ठा होकर धारणीय विकल्पों का पता लगा सकेंगे। हमारे समुद्रों, नदियों को प्रदूषित कर रहे, समुद्री जीवन को नुकसान पहुंचा रहे और मानव जीवन के लिए खतरा बन रहे एक बार उपयोग करने वाले प्लास्टिक के उत्पादन को अत्यधिक प्रयोग कम कर सकेंगे। एक बार उपयोग करने वाले प्लास्टिक का मतलब हम समझते हैं कि प्लास्टिक का गिलास उठाया, बॉटल उठाया और फेंक दिया। इसे हमें खत्म करना होगा, कम करना होगा। संयुक्त राष्ट्र ने भारत को विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस 2018 के लिए वैश्विक मेजबान के रूप में प्राधिकृत कर भारत को पर्यावरण संबंधी मुद्दों पर सहयोगी राष्ट्रव्यापी अभियान के द्वारा प्रदूषण के खिलाफ लड़ाई में वैश्विक नेतृत्व के लिए चुना है। ये मुद्दे प्रदूषण के सभी रूपों का निराकरण करने, उत्सर्जन को कम करने, धारणीय विकास प्रयासों में निवेश करने से संबंधित हैं। भिन्न भिन्न हितों को पर्यावरण संबंधी विभिन्न मुद्दों पर संवेदनशील बनाने के लिए पैन इंडिया अभियान की शुरुआत की गई है। विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस को बढ़ावा देते हुए 19 राज्यों में 24 समुद्री तटों पर 24 नदियों की सफाई करने तथा राष्ट्रीय पार्कों, वन्य अभयारण्यों को प्लास्टिक मुक्त कराने के लिए ठोस अभियान चलाए गए हैं। दिल्ली सहित 6 शहरों में मिनी मैराथन का आयोजन किया गया है। राज्य के सभी पर्यावरण मंत्रियों का 1 दिवसीय सम्मेलन कल किया गया है। इसी विज्ञान भवन के अंदर कार्यशालाएं, सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम, मीडिया प्रचार अभियान, प्रदर्शनियां जैसे कार्यकलाप मंत्रालय द्वारा आयोजित किए गए हैं, जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप जनता की गहरी रुचि और भागीदारी हुई है। आज से 1 दिन पहले ताजमहल, भारत की खूबसूरती की निशानी और भारत की शान, आगरा शहर के अंदर आज एक आयोजन किया गया, जिसके द्वारा प्लास्टिक से मुक्त भारत बनाने, प्लास्टिक मुक्त विश्व बनाने का संदेश हमारे विशेष मेहमान श्री एरिक सोलेम के साथ करने का मुझे भी सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ। मैं विशेष रूप से एरिक सोलेम जी को धन्यवाद देता हूं, जिन्होंने विश्व पर्यावरण दिवस का सफल आयोजन करने में संयुक्त राष्ट्र पर्यावरण कार्यक्रम और भारत सरकार के बीच संयुक्त सहयोग को सुनिश्चित किया। मुझे विश्वास है सम्मेलन के दौरान किए गए विचार विमर्श से हमारे आसपास के पर्यावरण में महत्वपूर्ण सुधार लाने के लिए कार्य योजनाएं तैयार की जाएंगी। अपने पर्यावरण की जिम्मेदारी लेने में हम सभी हितधारकों को संवेदनशील बनाया जाएगा तथा अपनी धरती माता की रक्षा में हम सक्रिय रूप से शामिल होंगे। मैं इस अवसर पर हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का संदेश कि विकास के साथ साथ हमारे प्राकृतिक संसाधनों का भी संरक्षण हम करेंगे, इस संकल्प के साथ उनकी उपस्थिति और मार्गदर्शन हमारे लिए प्रेरणा का स्रोत है। मैं आप सभी का पुनः अभिनंदन करता हूं। And my special thanks goes to UNEP, Shri Eric Holmes, and all the delegates which have come across the world to witness this occasion and giving India an opportunity to host this occasion. My sincere thanks goes to all of them, and a warm welcome goes to all of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Mahesh Sharma. On behalf of everyone present here and the global community, we would like to present special Haldi plant, that is turmeric plant, to Honorable Prime Minister. I request Shri C.K. Mishra, Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, to kindly present the turmeric plant to Honorable Prime Minister. Turmeric has great cultural, religious and medicinal importance in India since time immemorial. Environment protection is a collaborative effort, and we are extremely happy that industry is partnering government in this campaign. We have few leading corporates and PSUs who will now take a corporate pledge before the Honorable Prime Minister. I request the organizations to take the pledge one after the other.
Namaskar. I am Shashi Shankar, Chairman and Managing Director of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Ministers, distinguished invitees, dignitaries, and all participants. Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, a responsible corporate primarily in the business of producing oil and gas for the nation, reiterates its commitment towards minimizing carbon footprint in its operation in line with intended nationally determined contributions of India. Through our ongoing 15 clean development mechanism projects registered with United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, we are earning more than 2 million certified emission reduction units. On this occasion of the World Environment Day 2018, I, on behalf of ONGC, take pledge to eliminate single-use plastic in its work centers across India by the year 2020 and to transform ONGC into a paperless organization through digital platform by 2019. Thank you.
I'm Sanjeev Mehta, CEO and Managing Director of Hindustan Unilever. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to speak on the World Environment Day on behalf of my company. Plastic packaging plays a critical role in making our products appealing, safe, enjoyable, and accessible to our consumers. But we have to move away from take, make, dispose model of consumption to one which is fully circular. It's time we all get together to address the challenge. We require all the stakeholders across the value chain to work together to deliver the systemic change. The cost of inaction exceeds the cost of action. As a major consumer goods company in the country, we, Hindustan Unilever, pledge that we will ensure that all the plastic packaging is designed to be reusable, recyclable, or compostable by 2025. Further, 25% of all the plastic we use will come from recycled sources by 2025. We have already committed to reduce the weight of the packaging we use by 1/3 within this decade by 2020. We will work closely with the government and all stakeholders in the value chain to have a national framework for EPR for plastics which can be implemented in every part of the country. We will adopt technology, innovation for moving towards a circular approach, such as Cresolve, a cutting-edge technology to recycle flexible packaging, which is one of our biggest challenges. We will bring them to India in partnership with the other industries once scale-up of the pilots that we are undertaking are successful. I invite all the stakeholders in the value chain to come together and join hands on this important issue. Let's together leave a legacy of a plastic pollution mukt Bharat. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, respected ministers and distinguished participants, Namaskar. I am A.K. Mittal, Chairman cum Managing Director, NBCC India Limited. As a government entity and construction leader, NBCC India takes the pledge on this World Environment Day to lead by example. With total adoption of environment-friendly and sustainable technology to create zero energy infrastructure in line with India's global commitment. Coinciding with India's 75th independence anniversary, NBCC India Limited by 2022 will ensure zero discharge of waste, that is by recycling of sewage waste, water, solid waste, including plastic waste, and construction and demolition waste in all our construction projects. We say no to use of plastic at all our workplaces and construction sites. We will also adopt dry construction methodology, use of modular products and other technologies, along with skilling and reskilling of manpower to minimize the dust pollution as our contribution towards creation of clean and green infrastructure in India. Thank you very much.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, अतिथियों नमस्कार. I am Madhusudan Gopalan, CEO for Procter & Gamble. In the recent years, India has been taking the lead on environmental sustainability, pioneered by the Prime Minister's Swachh Bharat Clean India program. Today, I'm proud to share our company's global 2030 environmental goals, which we call as P&G's Ambition 2030. We pledge that all our global leadership brands such as Ariel, Tide, Whisper, Pampers, Head and Shoulder and Pantene will all have packaging which is 100% reusable and recyclable by 2030. We pledge that we will launch our global diaper and sanitary napkin recycling programs in 10 global cities by 2030. I'm happy to announce today that in line with the Indian government's vision of Swachh, Swasth, Sampanna Bharat, we announced today that India will be one of the first countries where we will launch this program in 2019, where we will bring this pioneering technology to India. Lastly, by 2030, 100% of our manufacturing sites globally will cut greenhouse gas emission by half. We also commit that we will source at least 5 billion liters of water from water that is used in our existing operations. In conclusion, I would like to congratulate the Environment Ministry and UNEP for making this World Environment Day a grand success. Together, all of us, with the ancient Indian spirit of Parasparam Bhavayanta, we can make a difference to the world and leave the world a better place for future generations to come. Thank you.
Respected Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji and participants, I'm Nakul Anand from ITC. ITC as a company is carbon positive, water positive, and solid waste recycling positive for over a decade. ITC is committed to shaping a secure, sustainable, and inclusive future through superior triple line bottom performance. On the occasion of the World Environment Day 2018, ITC Limited pledges that over the next decade, going beyond its extended producer responsibility, it will deploy superior solutions so that 100% of its product packaging will be reusable, recyclable, and compostable. Thank you.
Namaskar, respected Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, distinguished guests on the stage and on dais. I am Dr. Shailendra Chokse, President of the Cement Manufacturer Association. As President of the Cement Manufacturer Association, I am honored to be present here to repose our faith in the Honorable Prime Minister and his vision for a Swachh Bharat. We are committed to partner with the Government of India in its endeavor to build a new India and fight against plastic waste. We will have the capability and the potential to consume 12 million tons of plastic waste in our kilns annually by 2025. This would result in conservation of considerable quantity of conventional fuels such as coal. The Indian cement industry on this great occasion of World Environment Day today pledges itself to use all the segregated plastic waste that can be made available by the local bodies within a radius of 250 kilometers from any integrated cement plant in the country. I also pledge that the Indian cement industry, which is the second largest globally and also the most efficient in terms of energy consumption, will continue on its path to maintain and retain its position and as best in the world for energy conservation. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much. Now may I request Mr. Eric Solheim, Executive Director, United Nations Environment Programme, to kindly address this august gathering.
Namaskar, good afternoon, Mr. Prime Minister. Let me start by giving you a fantastic, big thanks. This has been by far the most brilliant World Environment Day ever. We have never seen anything like this. Look at this grand hall, and I'm told that there are added hundreds of people in other adjacent rooms watching on screens because they couldn't get into this room. So this has been fantastic, and it's resonating all over the world. Let me start by thanking you, but also thanking my three comrades in arms, Dr. Harshvardhanji, the Minister of Environment, Secretary Mishra, and Deputy Minister Sharma. Without the three of you and all the dedicated people in the Ministry of Environment, and well beyond that, this could not have happened. So thank you from the deepest of my heart. You have done a fantastic job. Thanks so much. The World Environment Day is resonating in the rest of the world. We see results all over the planet. The European Union this week made a plastic strategy which is phasing out a number of plastic items we don't need. Chile this week the parliament made a decision to phase out one-use plastic in Chile. Today the president of Peru was at the beaches of Lima to clean up the beaches there. I can go around the world. There is any number of activities all over the place, but it's led and inspired here from India. I've used the last week traveling in India, visiting 6 different states. And what you have achieved is this energy comes from mobilizing citizens, mobilizing business, and using the power of the government all at the same time, and that was giving results. Look to the citizens' level. This young lady who walked 1,300 kilometers from Gujarat up here without ever drinking bottled water in the heat to make the case for abolishing one-use plastic. Or the Cricket League, which UN Environment now have partnered with to set out how you can make the cricket plastic-free. Well, isn't that the way to the hearts of Indians? I don't know any other way which is more close to Indians than cricket. Or the 1,000 school children I met in Kochi, they made a pledge. It was obvious that they have written the pledge themselves because it was not the language of the teachers, it was the language of the children. 1,000 of them made a pledge to avoid one-use plastic, and it was so moving. Business is also moving. We have heard a lot of pledges here. We were flagging off the first electrical vehicles, both in the state of Maharashtra and the state of Telangana. Mahindra and Tata was there because these vehicles should be made in India. And again, business show what business can achieve. Adding to that, PayTM has been one of our greatest partners in this endeavor, setting out the message to hundreds of millions of Indians. And then the role of governments, the fantastic solar airport of Kochi, the mayor of Hyderabad declaring Hyderabad the first plastic-free city in the world, the Agra Declaration in Uttar Pradesh about how Taj Mahal can be plastic-free, the flagging off of electrical vehicles in numerous cities. There is any number of initiatives from the federal government and from the state government, and altogether this will be a green flood over India. This is great. The one raw material most needed in this world is not money, it's not even technology, it's political leadership. With political leadership, we can basically achieve everything. Without it, we will achieve basically nothing. Your leadership, Mr. Prime Minister, is most needed. We are in a period where India can lead on the global scene. China, with President Xi Jinping, can lead. European leaders like Macron and Merkel can lead, and we'll lead these green leaders coming together to lead us in the green direction, which we all want to go, and that leadership is so needed. You are providing that leadership through the International Solar Alliance. That's a great idea. I know that you're adamant to turn this political notion into practical results for people, and we are all in it for you with that. Whatever we can do from the UN to support you in India or globally to make the International Solar Alliance a success, we will do. When we spoke a month back, you said, but let's make the solar energy work for the people, to make water pumped by solar in the villages, to make the cooking of women in the villages by solar so they are not suffocated by the smoke. This is to turn this grand global scheme into practical results for people, and let's do it with you. And we'll set out pilots in the state of Uttarakhand to see how this can be done, but then taking it to scale. We will work with India from the UN side and UN environment in greening the agriculture because added to environment, added to energy, agriculture is a key issue. We're embarking upon a scheme supporting what is called zero-budget natural farming, which is turning agriculture into green, but based on close cooperation with the farmers. 6 million farmers will be targeted for this in the early phase, so it's big scale. And it will be a way of farming which creates greater yields, protect the environment, is good for climate change, and provide better economy for everyone, better products for the customer. So it's really a win-win-win proposition, and it's in line with the policy of India, how to completely merge development and environment. They're not separate. There's one way to the future, which is a sustainable development way, and that's environment and development seen as one. Finally, in 2019, we will have the Environment Assembly of the World. We will focus on sustainable lifestyles. I would have loved to invite you, Mr. Prime Minister, to be the main speaker of that, but I realize that they may be in the midst of the election campaign in India, so you may be more likely to be in Bihar or Uttar Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh or somewhere else, so you will not come for these. I would also love to have the Harshvardhan as a main speaker at the event. He may also do campaigning at the time. Let's see. But what I can promise is that we will take great Indian ideas into this Environment Assembly. India has a long history of sustainable lifestyle. It's enshrined in the history of India, in the old scripts of India, and will take this forward. It was the lifestyle of the greatest Indian of all times, Mahatma Gandhi, which inspired the world by his lifestyle, but also by his political campaigns. So we are ready to take this great Indian tradition into the global fight for sustainable lifestyles. And we'll take your ideas, Dr. Harshvardhan, the green good deeds, all the small steps people can take in their life to improve the environment. And together, if 1.3 billion Indians are making small steps and 7.5 billion humans are making small steps, it helps. But it also helps in the way that when people make small steps in their own life, it inspires business and political leaders to act. So it's not just individuals, it's the political schemes as well. The challenge of the planet is very simple. It's to protect this planet and uplift its people, bring education, health, and poverty alleviation to all people, while at the same time take care of the beautiful planet. And people are asking, can we do that? I'm then always inspired by what Mahatma Gandhi said. He said that the difference between what we are actually doing and what we as humans are capable of doing is always sufficient to solve any problem for humans. Let's move into what we are capable of doing, and by that we will do good for the people and will make the planet great again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Eric Solheim. May I now request the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Harshvardhan, to kindly share his valuable thoughts with all of us.
Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, my dear ministerial colleagues, Shri Manoj Sinha ji, Dr. Mahesh Sharma, and others sitting in this auditorium, my colleague ministers from various states of India, Shri Eric Solheim, Executive Director, UN Environment Program, Shri C.K. Mishra, and distinguished members of this esteemed audience present here today. I feel honored and delighted to welcome our dynamic and visionary Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to inaugurate the global celebrations of the World Environment Day 2018. I extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries and participants gracing this occasion today at Vigyan Bhavan, as well as to all those who are watching this program live. Indian civilization evolved with love and reverence for environment, forests, and rivers against all sorts of exploitation of nature right from its inception. Indian philosophy and lifestyle have long been rooted in the concept of coexistence with nature. Conservation is ingrained in the Indian ethos, not just in tradition-bound villages, but even in the urban areas. As an environmentally conscious and responsible country, we are extremely pleased to be the global host of the World Environment Day this year. Ever since our government took over, the theme, Beat Plastic Pollution, has been passionately spearheaded by our beloved Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji through the revolutionary Clean India movement called the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Friends and colleagues, today plastic is not the real problem. It is what we do with it and how we use it. Plastic is a unique and miracle material with crucial applications in the health sector, in generation of clean energy from wind turbines to solar panels, as well as safe food storage. Plastic packaging accounts for around 50% of all plastic waste generated globally, much of which is single-use. The global plastic production is projected to nearly double within a short period of time. Eliminating single-use plastic, both from design chains to our consumer habits, is a critical first step to beat plastic pollution. Once in the environment, plastics don't degrade easily and eventually find their way into our food chain. On this occasion of World Environment Day, we join the United Nations in appealing to the governments, industry, communities, and individuals globally to come together and explore sustainable alternatives to single-use plastics. These single-use plastics are polluting our land and oceans, endangering marine life, and impacting human health adversely. Dear audience, to beat plastic pollution, we need an out-of-the-box approach to designing, producing, using, and managing plastic products through solutions that lead to green good behavior. In India, we have framed comprehensive plastic and solid waste management rules which address all the concerns related to plastics. Also taking cognizance of the environmental degradation arising from the use of plastics, our government has initiated action to ensure that all public buildings and public universities become free of single-use plastics. However, for long-term sustainable living, the global community needs to rethink its energy and resource consumption patterns. Our Honorable Prime Minister has provided the global leadership to address both these challenges. In March 2018, India hosted the founding conference of the International Solar Alliance as a common platform for cooperation among solar resource-rich nations. ISA has now transformed into a global intergovernmental organization headquartered in India that is helping us to harness solar energy at prices which were unimaginable 3 years ago. Also through the Swachh Bharat campaign, the waste to wealth movement has also gained strength. Today, for a vast and developing country like India, our Prime Minister has given a mantra, Swachh, Swasth and Sampann Bharat, a clean, healthy and a prosperous India, and that is a goal which we all shall pursue relentlessly. I am pleased to inform you all that to motivate and involve the masses in environmental protection, we prepared a compendium of green good deeds, which has now been internationally acknowledged. The BRICS Environment Ministers meeting in Durban last month agreed to include green good deeds in its agenda for the next meeting. On this historic occasion today, we make a solemn pledge that by 2022, we shall eliminate all single-use plastics from our beautiful country. Our beloved Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has envisioned a new India by 2022, an India of our dreams, which shall be clean, poverty-free, corruption-free, terrorism-free, casteism-free, and most of all, which will be a global superpower. This India of our dreams shall also be single-use plastic-free. And on the personal front, I pledge to henceforth completely do away with single-use plastics in my life. I am convinced that every Indian is interested and anxious to contribute towards protecting our environment. Every citizen has the potential to become a green ambassador. It is the green social responsibility of every citizen to preserve the environment, and if each and every one of us does at least one green good deed daily as part of our green social responsibility, there will be more than 1 billion green good deeds accomplished each day across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, by hosting the World Environment Day 2018, India reaffirms its commitment to defeat plastic pollution. Governments, industries, and individuals will all have to play a major role in weaning society from its dependence on single-use plastic that continues to be an adversary to our natural environment. There is a need to raise consciousness about the impact plastics have on society and environment, and to inform and educate people about alternate materials. I call upon all citizens, and in particular the civil society groups, to be crusaders for realizing this goal. There is also an onus on the industry as part of their green corporate responsibility to ensure that plastics that they make are degradable, recyclable, or reusable. I also make a fervent appeal to school and college children to take up the leadership of the Beat Plastic Pollution movement. You as polio Sainiks for many years got us a polio-free India. In the interest of our Mother Earth, let's all strive in spirit and soul to accomplish this pledge to beat plastic pollution. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Harshvardhan. Today, on this historic day, we are proud to release 5 publications which will go a long way in preserving various species of animals and plants and building a clean and green environment. May I request the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to kindly release these publications. These publications are Animal Discoveries 2017, Plant Discoveries 2017, Compendium of Traded Indian Medicinal Plants, Plastics in Life and Environment, and Beat Plastic Pollution, Good News from India. These are the 5 publications. Good news from India. Sir, we now request you to kindly release the UN Global Report on Plastics with the title Single-Use Plastics, a Roadmap to Sustainability. This is world's first comprehensive compilation of case studies jointly developed by the Ministry and UNEP. Sir, may I request you to kindly release a set of 4 commemorative postage stamps on the theme Beat Plastic Pollution on the occasion of World Environment Day 2018. May I request Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Communications, Shri Manoj Sinha, to kindly present the album of stamps to Honorable Prime Minister for release. These stamps will be on sale after the function at philately counter. Thank you, sir. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, India has achieved unprecedented development on various fronts and has also emerged in the world as the leading country of environmental protection with the landmark initiatives like setting up of International Solar Alliance, Swachh Bharat Mission, leadership at the Paris Agreement, and his call for climate justice. Honorable Prime Minister strongly believes that protecting and conserving nature should become the part of human nature, and he believes that it is our moral responsibility. May I request the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to kindly address us.
My ministerial colleague, Dr. Harshvardhan, Dr. Mahesh Sharma, Sri Manoj Sinha, Executive Director, United Nations Environment Programme, Secretary, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, other distinguished dignitaries from India and abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the 1.3 billion people of India, I am delighted to welcome you all to New Delhi. On the sidelines of this event, I hope the delegates joining us from abroad shall have some time to see the history and splendor of Delhi. We are proud to be the global host for the World Environment Day 2018. As we celebrate this important occasion today, we recall our ancient ethos of universal brotherhood. This has been expressed in the famous Sanskrit phrase, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The world is one family. The same ethos was reflected in the doctrine of trusteeship advocated by Mahatma Gandhi. He had said that earth provides enough to satisfy everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed. Our traditions have for long stressed the importance of living in harmony with nature. This is reflected in our reverence of the elements of nature. It is reflected in our festivals and our ancient texts. Ladies and gentlemen, India is the fastest growing economy in the world today. We are committed to raising the standards of living of our people. We are also committed to ensure that we do so in a way that is sustainable and green. In this direction, we have given 40 million new cooking gas connections in the last 2 years. This has freed rural women from the misery of poisonous smoke. It has also eliminated the dependence on firewood. It is the same commitment which has seen over 300 million LED bulbs being installed across India. Besides saving electricity, this has also prevented huge additional amounts of carbon dioxide from being released into the atmosphere. We are engaged in a massive push towards renewable energy generation. We have targeted generation of 175 gigawatts of solar and wind energy by 2022. We are already the fifth largest producer of solar energy in the world. Not only this, we are also the sixth largest producer of renewable energy. We aim to provide an electricity connection to every household, which will further reduce dependence on environmentally degrading forms of fuel. We are reducing dependence on fossil fuels. We are switching sources of fuel where possible. We are transforming cities and public transportation. We are young nation. The generation to generate employment. We are working towards making India a global manufacturing hub. We have launched the Make in India campaign. While doing so, we are laying stress on zero defect and zero effect manufacturing. This means manufacturing that is without defect and which does not harm the environment. As a part of the nationally determined contributions, India is committed to reducing 33 to 35% of emission intensity of its GDP during 2005 to 2030. We are on track to meet the 2030 nationally determined contribution. According to UNEP GAP report, India is also on track to meet its Copenhagen pledge. We will reduce the emission intensity of India's GDP by 20 to 25% over 2005 levels by 2020. We have a robust national biodiversity strategy. With only 2.4% of the world's land area, India supports 7 to 8% of the recorded species diversity. At the same time, India supports nearly 18% of human population. Our tree and forest cover has also increased by 1% in the last 2 years. We have also done well in the field of wildlife conservation. The population of tiger, elephant, lion, rhino, and other forms of wildlife is on rise. We also recognize the need to tackle the issue of water availability, which becoming a major challenge in India. We have launched the massive Namami Gange initiative. This program, which has already started giving results, will soon revive the Ganga, our most precious river. India is primarily an agrarian country. Continued availability of water for agriculture is of importance. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana has been launched to ensure that no farm goes without water. Our motto is more crop per drop. We have also launched a massive campaign to ensure that our farmers convert agriculture waste to valuable nutrients instead of burning them. Ladies and gentlemen, while much of the world focus on the inconvenient truth, we have moved on the convenient action. It was this call for convenient action that led India, along with France, to form the International Solar Alliance. This is perhaps the single most important global development towards the cause of environment after the Paris Conference. About 3 months ago, leaders from over 45 nations and heads of international organizations came here in New Delhi for the founding conference of the International Solar Alliance. Our experience shows that development can be environment friendly. It need not come at the cost of our green assets. Friends, World Environment Day seeks to address a very significant challenge this year. Plastic now threatens to become a menace to humanity. A lot of it never makes it to the recycling bin. Worse, a lot of it is non-biodegradable. Plastic pollution is already having a deadly impact on our marine ecosystem. Scientists and fishermen alike have pointed to signs of trouble. This includes declining fish catches, warming ocean temperatures, and vanishing habitats. Marine litter, especially microplastic, is a major transboundary problem. India is preparing to join the Clean Seas campaign and make its contribution towards saving our oceans. Plastic pollution is now entering into our food chain. In fact, microplastics have now even entered basic food like salt, bottled water, and tap water. Friends, the per capita plastic consumption in India is much lower than many parts of the developed world. Our national mission on cleanliness and sanitation, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, has a special focus on plastic waste management. A short while ago, I visited the exhibition set up by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It showcases some of our success stories. Among its participants are United Nations, union and state governments, industry and non-government organizations. I hope they continue to do exemplary work in controlling plastic pollution. Ladies and gentlemen, environmental degradation hurts the poor and vulnerable the most. It is the duty of each one of us to ensure that the quest for material prosperity does not compromise our environment. As a part of 2030 agenda for sustainable development, the world had agreed to the theme of leave no one behind. This is not possible without ensuring that we all come together to protect what Mother Nature has given us. Friends, this is the Indian way, and we are happy to share it again with the international community on the auspicious occasion of World Environment Day. In conclusion, as global host of World Environment Day 2018, I reiterate our commitment to sustainable development. Let us all join together to beat plastic pollution and make this planet a better place to live. The choice that we make today will define our collective future. The choice may not be easy, but through awareness, technology, and genuine global partnership, I'm sure we can make the right choices. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, for your address and showing us the way forward. Thank you so much, Honorable Prime Minister, and all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais, and all the distinguished invitees and participants for attending and being a part of the Global World Environment Day 2018 celebrations.
प्लास्टिक का आविष्कार मानव ने किया और फिर पूरी दुनिया को ही प्लास्टिक इस्तेमाल करने की लत पड़ गई। आज प्लास्टिक दुनिया के सामने इतनी बड़ी समस्या है कि अब मानव ही इससे मुक्ति चाहता है। कुछ देशों ने तो प्लास्टिक पर प्रतिबंध भी लगाना शुरू कर दिया है। हमारे देश में भी ऐसे कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं जो प्लास्टिक प्रदूषण कम करने में सहायक होंगे। सबको मिलकर खत्म करना होगा, तभी खत्म होगा प्लास्टिक प्रदूषण। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।